Let's start. Q Start, 2021, 8. Page 39 Number 1. The Rebels had the ball, and it looked like it was going to be another loss for us. Rebels. But then it happened, they fumbled the ball, we took it in for a touchdown, and you would have thought we had won the Super Bowl. The time was running down and the Rebels had the ball again. Rebels. It looked like they were going to score and then it happened, they fumbled again and we ran it for a 69-yard touchdown. 6-9. The game was over. We won our first game ever since 1984. 1984. Could you believe it? The crowd was going wild. They were throwing toilet paper and running onto the field. The newspaper probably got the best picture of everybody on the field, and the caption read, "What a way to end a season." Page 39 Number 2. Our relationships with friends are very different from those with parents and siblings. Unlike family relationships, particularly adult-child relationships, peer relationships are based on a degree of equality between the participants. This allows more negotiation of the terms of the relationship. Also, unlike family relations, which one cannot pick and choose, peer relationships can be relatively easily established and just as easily destroyed. Our parents and siblings are generally stuck with us whether they or we like it or not. But there is always the danger that friends, if we say or do something that hurts or annoys them, will declare, "I'm not your friend anymore." Children therefore need to make much more of an effort to strengthen and maintain relationships with their peers than with their siblings and parents, or any other adult, for that matter. Page 40 Number 3. Following feelings, impulses, and impressions is fashionable today. Some people go so far as to say that feelings are a better guide than thoughts. This is a comforting idea, but in order to believe it you have to overlook the many times when feelings led you astray. Consider a time when you were trying to lose weight and your feelings said, "Order the double hot fudge sundae." Or another time when you felt the urge to tell your instructor or the boss what you really thought of her. Or occasions when you felt the impulse to go to a party instead of studying for a test, charge an expensive item you didn't need and couldn't afford, or drive 30 miles an hour over the speed limit to avoid being late. 30. No doubt you can think of many additional examples of feelings that, if followed, would have caused you pain or misfortune. Page 40 Number 4. If the dream you had last night perfectly predicted something unusual that actually happened today, put it in proper context. How many dreams have you had in your lifetime that failed to predict events accurately? You also have to think of all the other people on Earth who had a dream last night that didn't come true. The odds are that somebody's dream would hit the mark just by chance. It's like the lottery. The odds of winning may be low, but somebody does win. So, if billions of people are having dreams every night, shouldn't it be expected that some of them will come true just by chance? If millions of people buy lottery tickets, don't we expect that someone out of the crowd will pick the winning numbers? If we want to think clearly, we have to accept the fact that coincidences happen all the time. In isolation, many of them can seem eerie and supernatural. Placed into proper context, however, they usually seem inevitable more than anything else. Page 41 Number 5. Mark Twain observed, "We are all ignorant, but about different things." Mark Twain. One mistake technical professionals make when writing for non-technical readers is assuming their readers are as knowledgeable as they are about the subject. This is a fatal assumption that will only result in confusion and frustration for your reader. Also, a great deal of your time will be spent generating additional messages to the reader trying to explain what should have been clear the first time. Just because it's clear to you does not make it clear to your reader. If you are an engineer or accountant writing to others in your field, then perhaps there will be less need to explain all aspects of your message. If you're writing to the senior vice president of marketing, who is not familiar with software applications, then you will need to walk that reader through your message. Remember that when it comes to technical knowledge, writers and readers are hardly equal. Page 41 Number 6. One day in 1905, a 19-year-old Moscow newspaper reporter, called Solomon Cheryshev, turned up for work as usual and waited for the daily meeting with the editor of the paper where assignments for the day would be given out. 1905 Solomon Cheryshev 19. Unlike any of his colleagues, but as was his usual practice, Solomon did not take any notes about the meeting. Solomon. The editor had noticed this before with surprise and this time decided to reproach Solomon. Solomon. After all, often there were numerous names and addresses given out and Solomon ought to record the details. Solomon. The editor decided to test Solomon by asking for details of what he had said. Solomon. Solomon proceeded to repeat all that he had been told, word for word. Solomon. This incident changed Solomon's life forever and was the starting point of his new career as the world's greatest mnemonist or memory man. Solomon mnemonist. Page 42 Number 7. In a study led by Pamela Dalton, a psychologist at Monell Chemical Senses Center, the participants were divided into 3 groups, who sat down in a lab, and were then exposed to an odor that was neither pleasant nor unpleasant for 20 minutes. Monell Chemical Senses Center Pamela Dalton, 3:20. To one group, she did not say anything about the odor, while she told the second and the third groups that the odor was an industrial chemical that might be harmful and a distilled pure natural extract, respectively. The result was that the subjects who were either told nothing or positive information felt the odor to be weaker as time passed. In contrast, the subjects who were told negative information felt the odor became stronger as time passed. In other words, an odor that is thought to be good disappears from consciousness fast, while an odor thought to be harmful keeps our attention and remains strong. The end. Good job.